Good to see you all. Happy Sunday. My computer worked today, so we get to start on time. Thank you guys for being here. And we're going to jump right in since 30 minutes goes really fast when we're doodling because it's so fun. So doodling, you can grab any piece of paper you want. You can have, that's the fun part of doodling. It can be on whatever you have. You can use markers, crayons, pencils, a combination, whatever you feel inspired to do. There's no rules to doodling, and that's what makes doodling super, super fun. And we are going to start with a warm-up. So let me go ahead. I'm going to mute you guys. So just like always, if you have any questions during doodling class, you can just unmute yourself and just say, hey, Shannon, it's Morgan. I just have a question, and then I'll answer your question the best I can. So let me know if you have any questions, okay? And let me get you guys going here. All right, nice work. Okay, so we're gonna get right on it. We have a little warm-up that we're gonna do. We usually start with the squiggle game, and we're gonna do kind of a variation of that game today. And so does everyone have their paper ready and their pens, pencils? Nice, good job. Everybody good? Okay, all right, so let me come on in here. All right, so you can use the same paper, but I usually use a different paper for my warm-up, and then I do a different one for my doodle. But since there's no rules, you could use whatever you want, or you could use the front side and the back side of the same paper, whatever works for you. So, all right, so let me get my pen going here. All right, so we're going to change the squiggle warm-up game a little bit. And what I'm going to have you do today is we're going to play kind of like a little game, and it's kind of fun. Let me see how thick this is. Oh, this is good. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use a marker, and then maybe I'll put color. I don't know if you guys want to do just black and white, or if you want to do color, your choice, whatever you like or whatever you're in the mood for today. Art is just like music, and sometimes you're in the mood for a very quiet art and quiet music, and other times you're in the mood to like go crazy and go with all the colors and all the emotions. And art is the same exact way. Okay, so all right, let's get going here. I'm going to have you so I'm going to just show you what we're going to do so that you have a little idea. So I'm going to have you start with your squiggle, and then I'm going to give you a start and stop. I'm going to tell you to start your line or stop your line. It's almost like, I'm sure you guys have played like red light, green light, and when you go and then stop, and then go and then stop. So just listen for my words, and I'm going to tell you to either squiggle, which means you can just move your hand however it moves. That means a squiggle. There's no right or wrong way. Or I'm going to say line, which means you need to make a line. Or I'm going to say loop, make a loop. Or I'm going to say a spiral. So you're going to make a spiral, okay? And it's just a little game to warm up our hands. But by me kind of telling you, and you don't know what's happening next, it makes your brain think that it's like a puzzle. And I may say reverse. So if I say reverse, if you're making a line and I say reverse, it means go backwards on that same line. Or if I say reverse on a squiggle, you're going to go the opposite way on your squiggle. Instead of this way, you'll go this way, okay? Does that make sense, everybody? I'm sure you're going to get the hang of it. It's super fun. All right, so I'm going to turn my paper, my camera onto my paper so that we can begin and you can see. You can have your paper the tall way or the long way, really up to you, whatever you like better. There's not a right or wrong way. That looks pretty good. Okay, so, all right, everybody. There's no certain place that you need to start because this is just our squiggle warm up. So just what I'd like you to do is anywhere, just put your pen or your pencil down here on the paper, and this is just called stop. So push it on there, stop. All right, now we're gonna go start and just start squiggling, squiggle. Just move your hand, no, it doesn't matter how, stop. Line, squiggle. Spiral. spiral, spiral, spiral. Line, reverse. Line, reverse. Line, reverse. Loop, loop. Line, reverse. Line, squiggle. Little spiral, spiral, little spiral. Big spiral. Move your whole hand, big spiral, spiral, all the way up to your arm. Move your whole arm. Big spiral, reverse, reverse spiral. Reverse spiral. Line, 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 squiggle. Move your hand. Stop. Reverse. Squiggle. Stop. Loop. Stop. Line. Reverse. Stop. Okay. Here's my squiggle. Now, that was our warm up. So I want to see what you guys look. I want you to take a look at mine just because the coolest part is all of them look very different. Yes, awesome. Morgan, yes, that's awesome. I love those spirals. Oh yes, good job, Emma. I love that. Yes, see how it's cool how everybody has the same. Good job, Flores. I love how. Oh yeah, I love those loops. I love loops. So I love that we all did the exact same shapes, but all of our stuff looks very different. That's the coolest part of art. So that was your warm up for your hand, and it just feels so fun to get your hand moving. So now if you want to go to the back side of your paper, we can start our actual doodle now that we squiggled. Now I'm going to just go on to the next page. Now I think I saw that a lot of you guys were using crayons. I used crayons last week too. I love crayons. So I have mine here ready. If you want to mix it up, you can use crayons or markers. You can do half and half. Nice. Ooh, was that yeah, that's a good, those are good markers. So for our actual doodle, I'm gonna grab a different pen that I have here. Here we go. For our actual doodle, today we're going to use a spiral as our main element. Okay. So I'd like for you to start in the center of your paper, and you're going to make a really big spiral. It does not need to be perfect, so just let your hand naturally go all the way out to the edges of the paper. Go all the way, and you can even let it go a few times. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. The whole idea is to just get your arm moving and make some spaces for us. So you're going to make some, you're making some, now you have lines and space so that we can do some fills and elements inside. Okay. So once you have a spiral, next you're going to go in, and I want you to very loosely divide some of these spaces. So I'm going to put a line here. You're just going to be making some little spaces, and it doesn't need to be any kind of perfect. You can do a squiggly line. You can do a diagonal line. I'm just giving myself, I'm breaking up these spaces so that I can give, put little tiny designs inside of these. So you could maybe do, like, almost like a scallop or a loop. You could do more zigzag style. Any lines to just break up your spiral space, okay? And they can be big lines, tiny lines, lots of lines, just a few lines, no rules to how many you do, okay? Now, from there, we're gonna go in, and I'm gonna get another pen here. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so hopefully you can see this one. So we're going to now go in and do some elements or some fillers. Just like we've done before, I'm going to show you some, but you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. Only do it if it looks really fun. If you want to figure out your own fillers, that's cool too. So just start with something easy that you like. Oh, my light just popped out here. Just one second. That was interesting. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so maybe start with something really simple, like a stripes. Actually, this pen is kind of dried out. Just 1 second. Let me get a better one. Here we go. You could start with maybe some stripes inside one of those little spaces. You could do squiggles, always. Dots are really great whenever you forget, like, oh, I don't know what to put here. Dots are always a great thing to put. Then once you kind of start getting your hand warmed up and you start getting into it, I guess, a little bit more, then your fills will probably get a little bit fancier too. So one fill I really like is to do spirals inside of my spiral. So we have a big spiral, and then now I'm doing a bunch of spirals, and I just kind of fill up the space with spirals. So if I have a little space, I do a little spiral. Very simple, but it's really fun. Spirals, they really do warm up your fingers, your hands, the tendons in your hands. Just giving a little bit of a spiral inside of the spiral. And please don't worry about it being perfect. This is all about just movement and getting your brain to think about, or actually your brain to not think about. It's getting your brain to sort of fill in patterns, but not think too hard about it. You can also, if you have little awkward spaces, you can just use your color or your pen or your pencil or your crayon to just kind of fill them in. That's also a part of the fill, is to just start anything that you sort of feel like doing, do it. Don't question yourself. Don't say, should I? I don't know. That's not what this kind of drawing is for. This kind of drawing is just for fun and to really, it gets your brain moving. Another really fun one is kind of like a leaf shape where it's, you know, it's like a teardrop or a leaf shape. I love adding those. It feels really fun to your hand to just do familiar shapes. And believe it or not, even though this drawing is a doodle, it really will help your other drawings. Suddenly, other things you draw just will be a little bit easier because your hands are used to holding your pen or your pencil, and also you're just warming it up. I wanted to also show you guys how to do like scales, which you may or may not already know how to do scales. Scales work the best when I'm usually putting a scale in a fill. It's when I've done this sort of jagged shape or this zigzag shape. So usually for a scale, I would start in the corner of a zigzag. So I would start, like, I call this my rainbow shape. So I would start in the corner, and then I would just do these humps, and then you do one in the middle. So you just, there's a little, this little foot is in the middle of this one. This little foot is in the middle of this one, if that makes sense. So I'm just, and I like to even do little double rainbows almost. And then when you run out of space, you just keep it going up there. Overlap it is fine. And then if you want to get super fancy, you can go in with another color or even with black and fill in the big part of the scale. And this is great for later when you're maybe drawing, maybe you want to draw a dragon, or maybe you want to draw a fish or something that has scales. All of a sudden, when you doodle scales and make them fun so you're not worrying about them, then when you go to have to draw scales, it'll come a little bit more easily for you, and you'll be able to pick up on the pattern a little easier. Okay, so I'm just filling in underneath here to give it a little more shape, but you don't have to. It's just if you like to. It gives it a nice little pattern. Okay, and then also, if you want to actually draw things, that's okay too. You don't have to only do shapes in a doodle. Like, I mean, say you want to draw, maybe this little shape looks like a ghost to you, like put it in. You don't have to only make geometric shapes is what I'm saying. This is your doodle. So also, it's really about asking yourself, what can I do differently? What can I, like right now, I'm pulling some lines out kind of fast, like maybe if I was drawing grass or something like that. And that's a different motion that I've done before. So think about how you can maybe hold your pen or your pencil or your crayon or your marker differently than you're holding it, because then that'll make a different mark. Or also think about the speed in which you're drawing. So maybe try going a little faster, try going a little slower. Another variation of scales that I like to do when I'm doing fills is, again, on this kind of triangular or a zigzag shape. I will just simply I will start a little half circle on each corner, and then I just keep building on each one. So I just keep doing one line on each one. You guys have probably even done this before, and you can stop it there and do a color inside, or just keep going until all the lines kind of run into each other. And I still kind of have this fun little triangle piece in the center. So the idea is to just get playful, and it starts to get a lot more fun when you just don't worry too much about it. Like maybe you want to do some flowers. That's okay too. You can do anything that seems like it's calling you to do it. Just do it. Don't overthink it. We have so many things in life that we have to do a certain way that doodling is not that. Doodling is for you to enjoy your time, just kind of letting your hand dance. So I'm just doing some little flowers. And again, you can see they're not perfect. I'm not trying to spend my time to make perfect little flowers. Like if I was making a card for a friend, I would spend a lot more time. But this is just for fun. All right, so maybe you want to do some like rainbow shapes are always really fun to do. You can also do, one thing I like to do is just follow a shape that you already have. So I have this zigzag, so now I'm just kind of following around those shapes. So let's see, I don't have too much space here. You could put in circles, which we usually do. Circles are my favorite. I love circles. I love spirals. Okay, and then the idea is to fill up all of the little white spaces. I try, and when I'm sitting down to do a doodle, I'm trying to usually fill up one whole page. And you can do even, another favorite one I love to do is just kind of like clouds, or like what, I don't know what you would call, I call this kind of like a cloud shape. Just kind of if I have kind of extra space, I like to sort of fill it in with some cloud shapes. Especially on the corners, I just think it looks cool. I do that a lot. I think it's just fun. you could do maybe like, you can start connecting things. You could do like a circle and then connect them with a line. So almost like this would be almost like a barbell. I'm going to put a little tiny dot inside the barbell just because it seemed like it needed a little extra something. But again, your doodle should look completely different than my doodle, just like how our squiggles looked completely different. This is like freestyle drawing. Okay, we're almost through, so we're just going to be doing some, another one you might want to try is, you know, like the wave. I'll turn my paper on the side, but you could do like a wave shape, which is, you know, like this kind of little, like a little wave. Just come up and around. It's pretty fun. You can add to it. I love the number 8. If you have a certain number or a certain letter that you love, I think 8s are cool. They kind of also look like the infinity symbol. I think they're fun to draw too because you have to sort of be balanced to make them. Turn my paper upside down. You can always turn your paper however you need to sort of get where you need to. You could also do zigzags. And I can't remember if I've told you guys this before, but some countries or cultures in their art, when you see a zigzag on the edge of the art, like just how I just did, not really an inside zigzag like this one, but when you see an edge zigzag, in some cultures, some countries in art, that actually symbolizes protection. So if you made a card maybe for a friend and you wanted them to be maybe like safe and protected on a trip, you could put these zigzags and I don't know, I do that a lot. Once I learned that the zigzag kind of means it's almost like teeth protecting, like guarding off, like what's in here is safe. So, you know, it's that idea. So it's the zigzag is keeping what's inside safe. And I like that. Let's see. Oh, I also like to do like, I call this element sort of like a sunburst, super simple, where I start with either a full circle or I do a half circle like a moon, and then I just shoot the rays of light off of that. I like that one. That's really fun. You could also, like I said, start with like a moon shape or like a half of a sun shape and shoot it off. I always think that's really fun to do. Let's see. And like I said, whenever I get in kind of an awkward space and I don't know what to do, for me, dots are usually the answer. And you can also remember circles. You can go circles within a circle. You don't have to just stay at a dot. You can keep going around your circles. So I'm just going to keep making these circles because they're fun. Okay. And then once I get to a place where where I'm almost filling the paper, then that's when I kind of take a look at it and decide, do I want to add color, or is this doodle getting to be how I like it? Let's see, I'm going to just do some random stripes. A lot of times too, in different art, if you see things like in like dots that are in 4, so if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, if you see a pattern that has just 4 elements together, sometimes that symbolizes the 4 different it's almost like the 4 different directions. So, you know, east, west, north, south. Some people think that it's, you know, it's more of a fullness. Like you get more, it's hard to explain in words, I guess. I guess I'm only used to thinking about that in symbols, but yeah, it symbolizes the wholeness of the seasons. So then once I get my page pretty full, then that's when I go back in and I just maybe fill in with some either other colors, or I start to fill in with, even like right now I'm using black, maybe the centers of something or the backgrounds. I feel like I do want to add a little color. And I think most of you have doodled with me before. So when I'm putting color, I also don't overthink it. In fact, many times I just let myself reach over into the crayon box and I don't even choose which color. I just let my hand choose the color, and that's what I draw with. So right now I'm just going through any kind of awkward little white space and filling it up with whatever. It could be any kind of design that just seems really fun to me. All right, so I'm going to turn this around here. All right, so we've actually almost been doodling for already a half an hour. I cannot even believe it. This class goes so fast. Doodling goes so fast. Whenever I doodle, I think I've told you before, I have to set my alarm, because otherwise I will just start doodling, and then the whole day goes away, and I didn't mean to, because doodling is really fun. So like I said, when you grab some colors, just don't overthink it. Just like the doodle, let the coloring also just be very loose. Don't even try to really necessarily fit it into the lines. The whole idea is that you're not worrying about this. You're really not. You're just letting whatever you feel like doing gets to come out. I would say like this is very similar to like if you were a musician and you just started like banging on your instrument or dancing really hard. You know, this is just for you to get energy out. Try holding, if you're used to holding your pen or your pencil at a certain angle or a certain way, just try holding it different, just because we can't usually do stuff like that, because we usually do have to be careful. So this is your time to explore and to try different things. So try holding it different and see how does that feel. Like, oh, okay, I can get a broader, look, I can go so much wider when I hold it like this. So you might learn something actually about the tools that you use all the time, and you learn to use it differently because maybe you try something that you never tried before. And that is what doodling helps with. It just gets you thinking in a new way and in a different way. Okay, guys, so it's hard for me to even stop doodling. That's how fun it is. But I really want to see your doodles. So just make your final kind of doodle stuff here. And I'm not going to color my whole doodle right now before our time is up, but you get the idea. And don't ever feel like you have to finish your doodle all in one sitting. Many, many times I start a doodle and then I just kind of finish when I'm finished. Like right now we have to sort of finish. But anytime I feel like I just need to play for a minute, and maybe if you're working on another project or in school, I know everybody is so stressed out in school right now, just keep a doodle close by so that when you start to feel that way, you can, oh, there's my alarm. See, I told you I set my alarm so I don't forget. But yeah, just keep it close by so that when you want to get away from everything and you just need a place to like get loose and play, you have a place, and it's a place where it's for you. All right, so I'm going to turn. I really want to see your doodles. And that class just went so fast. I can't believe it. Okay, hold on. Wait, I'm coming in, Morgan. Wait, hold on. I got to make it bigger. Just a second. Oh, cute. Yay. Is it all marker? Is that all marker? Nice. Cute. I love how you added the hearts today. Cute. Wait, Emma, hold on. Let me make it bigger. Just a second. Emma. Oh, yes. Is that crayon? Or is that marker? I can't quite tell. Is it crayon?
Half marker and half crayon.
My favorite. I do love to mix the two. Okay, cool. Okay, so I love how, see, now Emma's looks very different. It kind of has a heart too, but it's not colored in like Morgan's heart. I like that. I love how everybody makes it different. It's like my favorite thing. So good job, you guys. Flores, you want to show me you got a doodle? Any kind of doodle action down there? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me come in. Let me see. Oh, fancy. Ooh, I like I like those little X's you did. That's fun. Ooh. Okay, that's fun to jump into. I like those 8s and those figure 8s. Wow, that's really fun too. Wait, is that all marker all the way? All marker? That's really good. Okay. Ooh, and I like that. Ooh, I like that jagged edge too. Good job, you guys. Cool. That's like a quilt. All right, guys. Well, I really hope that you had fun doodling, and I hope that you're all loose and ready to go do something fun. Use this creative energy to now go draw something that you really care about, or go do something where you want to have like fun energy and enjoy the energy that you just doodled out. And that's the best part of doodling, is it kind of gets you outside of your brain. You know, you sort of get like, you have energy to do some other creative things now. So I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day and rest of your week. And I hope to see you next Sunday, fun day, for doodling. So thanks for being here, you guys. I loved your doodles. All right, I'll see you next week, okay? All right.